Good morning. All right, so this morning's live is called "Easiest Way to Know That You're Putting Garbage in Your Body. You're eating garbage." All right, so most of you, if you are eating garbage, won't even do this or aren't doing this, and so take this as a alarm clock to maybe get up and go. And I'll give some feedback to or some additional input about why you should do these things. All right. So after you have a meal or eat a meal, and it doesn't matter if it's appropriate meal. So it doesn't matter if it's fish, salmon, chicken, broccoli, or if you're eating donuts. After you've eaten whatever it is that you've eaten, Dorito chips, go for a run. Ideally go for like at least a 10-minute run. You could walk run to do it too. If you really want to speed up, go for a run sprint kind of thing. What you'll find out is you're not able to keep the food down. So if you eat broccoli, rice, salmon, something like that, salmon is one of those foods that it could happen. If you're eating chicken, broccoli, vegetables like asparagus, when you go for that run, after about 10-15 minutes, you're fine. If you eat donuts, right, or something greasy like that, maybe ice cream, you're gonna end up regurgitating it. As you're running, your body wants to get lighter, and especially if you eat a very heavy meal, as you're running, your body wants to get lighter. However, what I've noticed is for my body, and I'm sure this is for much of you as well, and I will say I do suffer with acid reflux, so I can't digest oil as well as other people. Oil doesn't sit in my body like it would. When I go for runs after eating, right, it doesn't have to be right away. It could be an hour after. I will end up regurgitating that oil, especially if it's greasy, like greasy food. I will regurgitate it. Especially if it's sugary, like donuts, excess candy, I'll regurgitate it. Like I said, salmon is one of those things that it's not a bad food, but because it's greasy, right? If you eat too much of it, like if you eat too much of the skin, that'll come up as well. Salmon can make me sick when I eat it. Like the skin, the oil. Eating too much of that. Some easy things. So I'm gonna dive into acid reflux. So if you eat, like if I eat a bag of Lay's original chips, just sitting, without exercising, without nothing, just sitting, I will start to regurgitate. I will start to throw up that oil. That oil doesn't sit in me. It sits right on top of my stomach, and so it'll come up, and I don't eat like that anymore. I didn't understand what it was a few years ago. I just knew the phenomena that if I eat this, I will end up throwing up that oil. It still happens now from time to time. Like I'll eat a food that somebody just put too much oil in it, right? For example, I love Mai Mai. And there's a store I go, an African store I go to buy it, but whatever vendor they're buying it from just puts too much oil in it. And so I can eat one and be okay, but if I eat two, I'll have to throw up that oil, you see. And the easiest way for me to throw that oil up is after I eat two, go for a run. Anything that stays in my body belongs in my body. Anything that is spit out did not belong in my body, and you guys should really go with that rule. It's gonna be a little gruesome and scary for some of you, but if you are in your fitness journey and wanting to know what you can and what you can't eat, I don't think it would hurt to give what I'm talking about a try. Now, I've talked a little bit about the acid reflux concept. Now, and I've been struggling with that since high school. Like I started realizing this phenomena in high school, and so now I completely stay away from these foods like I've been able to successfully cut away chips, right, from my diet. I don't eat chips at all. I'm not saying I don't eat chips. I love Doritos. And Doritos honestly doesn't make me do what I'm talking about in excess. Like, I don't eat Doritos and go, raw. But I can't sit here and eat the giant bag of Doritos because that's 1,000 calories. I can't do that. That's literally what I'm supposed to eat all day. So I can't do that, right? I love Doritos and I love Cheetos. Cheetos probably would have a higher chance of me doing what I'm talking about, which is having oil sit, right? But yeah, I do love chips. I do like chips, but I've been able to let them go. I've let go of soda. I'm not saying I don't drink these things. If it's like at a birthday party or some sort of occasion, I'll have a soda. I'll have a Dr. Pepper. But I don't have them every day. I definitely don't have 30 cans of it. I don't buy these foods at the store. I never buy them at the store anymore. You would have to pay me to buy these foods at the store. I still am tempted about it. But if I'm going to buy it, I'll grab it at, 7-Eleven. One bag. And even with chips, I haven't grabbed a bag of chips in forever. I can't tell you the last time I grabbed a bag of chips. Right? So, right now I like muffins. I don't like cookies. I will eat a cake. So I like, like the lemon pepper, not lemon pepper, I said lemon pepper. So lemon cake, I like lemon cake. I like chocolate chip muffins. I like banana nut muffins, these kind of things. So from time to time, I'll grab one of those. And these aren't good for you either. But they don't make me throw up. And they're like my safe cheat sheet if there was one. And honestly, I probably grab them because I've cut out bread. I haven't had bread, like slices of bread, I haven't had slices of bread in like 2 years. So maybe that's my body telling me that, hey, can you give us some carbs? And I usually replace those carbs with fruit and then potatoes. Particularly sweet potatoes, yams, because I'm Igbo, right? And so Nigeria, I eat a lot of yams. If I were to eat like heavy carbs, I don't eat spaghetti or anything like that. Anyways, I just wanted to dive into acid reflux and the food part, right? I haven't had spaghetti or ramen in forever. I can't remember last time I had it. Anyways, so let's talk about the actual running, right? I think, okay, mathematically, if you can work your way up to running 2 to 6 miles a day, you're winning. So for me, walking 6 miles or running it, whatever one you want, I run walk. So I run down hills and I'll run straights. I won't run up because I'm just old. And I have no motivation to run up a hill. I mean, I'm not saying I won't do it, but I'm not consistently doing it. In fact, the moment I walk up a hill, I'm like, whew, and I get ready to walk down another hill or run down a hill. So I'll run down a hill, no problem. And I'll run through straights. And it does cut down the time and the mileage quick. Yeah. So I can, instead of doing 6 miles in 2 hours, because walking it, you should be able to do 3 miles an hour. So instead of doing 6 miles in 2 hours, then I'll do 6 miles in like an hour and 30 minutes, So I save myself 30 minutes by just jogging the straights. And it's not like a crazy jog. It's just that, for me, doesn't make sense for me just to walk the entire thing. When the hill goes down, your body naturally starts to fall forward. So when I fall forward, I just keep moving my feet. That's all. Anyways, mathematically, right, I've come to the conclusion, especially the heavier you are, the closer to 1,000 calories you'll burn by walking 6 miles a day. And if you're a woman, 2 to 3 miles is perfectly fine. Just work your way towards walking 2 to 6 miles a day. So if you were to walk, for me, if I were to walk 6 miles a day for 30 days, I lose about 13 pounds. And this, I've done it, and it's proven. I've proved it. I've lost 13 pounds, and I did 2 months, lost 26 pounds, almost 28 pounds, right? But that was during the winter last year, and from just walking, really. And the thing about walking is, running, you'll start to dread running, but walking, the actual walking, you don't dread it. You dread the time it takes for you to do it. Anyways, yeah, I got down to 235, 234, and I was stuck there for like a week or two. I'm not sure what happened, and I started to gain weight again. But now I'm losing it again. And, you know, it's really about the temperature. Temperature for me changes up what I eat and how I eat. And I can tell you that I naturally bulk during the winter. So like my favorite jacket that I wear, my arms don't fit in anymore. Like when I wear it's like this, because my arms have gotten so big. I started curling more. Literally, I started curling more. All I did was add a set of curls, right? And then now I can't fit my jacket. That was literally the main upper body section that I never focused on. I did bench, incline bench. I did all sorts of benches. I did push-ups. But the main two things I changed was I started doing pull-ups. I started doing curls. In the last few months now, I've made the point to start doing back. So a lot of the pull downs and rolls. By the way, guys, I see people like when you row, you go like this, right? When you row, no, you want to lock your back out and pull it to you. Like keep your back straight. Pull it to you. Hold it. If you can't hold the weight, it's too heavy. So you want to pull it to you, hold it for like 1 or 2 seconds. Let it go, pull it to you, hold it for 1 or 2 seconds. If you aren't holding the weight, it's too heavy for you. Go down. Because I see so many people doing this. You're not rowing a boat. There's another exercise for it. There's literally a cardio machine where you go in and you row. You row as if you're on the rowing team in college. You row, you row, you row. That's not that exercise. Same with the lat pull downs. I see people doing this. No, you need to sit there, pull it to you, hold it. Let it go, sit, pull it back down, hold it. That's how the exercise is supposed to go. And if you can't do that, it's too heavy for you. Because what you want to do is you want to feel a contraction in your muscles, you see? And let me say it differently. Try to cheat with pull-ups. You can't cheat with pull-ups. You have to go up, you have to go down with pull-ups. And I'm just going to quickly throw this in. Half push-ups are great. Half pull-ups are great too. Because with a half push-up, instead of extending your arms all the way out, right, and you just do this, with a half push-ups, the reason why so I looked into why, like, I was wondering why prison inmates seem so jacked. And apparently they do half push-ups all the time. Because what half push-ups do is it keeps the focus and the tension on your arms and your upper body, on your chest. You never relieve it by going all the way out. Because once you go all the way out and lock out your elbows, now the weight is supported in other places like your lower back and whatnot. But if you stay relatively low and you're just poop, 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 instead of poop, poop, it really starts to put that tension into your muscles. So it's the same concept, you know, with the row pull, hold it, hold it, hold it. And if you really want to go all the way, don't let it go all the way out. Just pull it to your chest, let it about here, pull it to your chest. If you really want that mass to build up, all right? For me, I'm not really looking for too much mass. I do a lot of legs. I do full body workouts every day. Sorry guys, I'm putting my shoes on. I do full body workouts every day because the main thing I focus on is legs, because I want to naturally just have a smaller physique, you know, and because I'm already large, I'm a large guy, I'm already top heavy. And the other thing about doing legs is if you do legs, your upper body will naturally respond correctly, you know. Your upper body will grow because you're doing legs. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.